by that time I was not a Buddhist yet. Okay, so of course there are cause and effect. So at my high school, after my high school, when I get into college, I sign up for the Environmental Science 101. And this is the only elective class that I can have, okay, during the 4-year college life. So I chose Environmental Science, right, as my only elective. Okay. And this turns very interesting. And one of my most memorable memory is we have a field trip. Okay. So nice to have a field trip. You don't pay a lot, right? Okay. So class field trip. So we have toured a very well-known river that is just like Missouri River. It is a river that crosses the Metro Manila. And so we had a tour on Pasig River and then on a very well-known spot called Smoky Mountain. Okay. So Pasig River, 70 miles long. It is 70 miles long across the Metro Manila, okay, but it is top 12 most polluted river in the world. And it was being called biologically dead at that time when I was in college, like decades ago. So let me show you the pictures. Maybe it is even now. It's still like that. Okay. So what I saw, and I don't have any pictures at that time. I didn't have camera with me, so there's no documenting materials to prove that. But I have gone to the website to look for it, and things turn out it is the same. Okay, so here you go. This is only one of the creek of Pasig River. You can see the slum areas over there. So here is the river. So it is like it's like the road full of trash, but it is the river full of trash. There is no sewage for each. There's no sewage and there is no toilets. People just dump everything into the river. Okay, and then so this is the river itself. Okay, and then children swimming in the river. And they're enjoying it. Okay, so but they're we know it is toxic, okay, but they don't care. And I think that there is no education. Okay? There's no warning. Okay? No one tells that this river is very dirty. You will get sick. Okay? But children are still playing in the river with the trash. So, and what makes the Pasig River biologically dead? I think that it is because the massive, there are a lot of reasons. There are a lot of slum area, we call it squatter area, alongside the river. People just dump everything, hoping that it will be disappearing. So there is not enough, recycling programs at that time. So everything goes into the river. So that is, I think this is the old practice. Everything goes to the river and then you're done. So this is bad. But because of the increase of population and the more garbage or more trash that we created, then we made the river biologically dead. But there are still hope. Okay, here is another river. Is in Estero de Paco. It is a region in Metro Manila. So this is the before and after. So they have someone who's a group formed a group formed a team to clean and to monitor the river, the cleanliness of the river. Okay, so this was before and after. So you can see the differences. Okay, so we can ask what we can do to revive the Pasig River. So maybe we can take a moment, or not, maybe a Pasig River is too far away in the Philippines. Okay. But oh yeah, it is in the Philippines. I learned I went to college in the Philippines. Okay, so this is the river, the biggest river in the Philippines. Okay, so I think that you might have some answers. Okay, so why not we can do to our Mississippi River. I learned that Mississippi River is also the top 10 of most polluted river, okay, in the world. Okay, so next, I went to the Smoky Mountain. Smoky Mountain without an E, right? Smoky, Smoky, okay. Mountain. I think this is a national park to the United States, in the United States. That is very, very beautiful. It is called that it is the most visited national park in the country. Very beautiful. So when we hear the Smoky Mountain, oh yeah, that beautiful scenery like this. Okay, so how about the Smoky Mountain in Metro Manila? Here is the fact. So actually, Smoky Mountain is not a mountain. It is a natural mountain. It is a man-made dumpster or a landfill. Okay, so it is just like the landfill, just nearby. Okay, so but it is a very, very unique landfill. Okay? So we have these. So why there is a mountain? We call it mountain, right? Because every garbage produced of every household in Metro Manila will be shipped and will be dumped into this area, in this landfill. Okay, so you can see how high it is. This is the Smoky Mountain. This mountain, okay, and then see that one. Okay, so people gathered, right? The poor people gathered in the Smoky Mountains. Right? So when the trash was being dumped, they gathered together and started to open every garbage to look for something that they can collect and resell for money. Right? So this is how they make a living. Okay. So you can't just travel, right? So people started to live there, build a very shabby house. There is a housing. Okay, sorry, this is not very good. Okay, housing, and then they live there. And at the back, these are a pile of trash. Okay, so imagine that if there is a typhoon, maybe there is a mudslide or trash slide, okay, and then it buries down all the residents there. Okay, so we can ask, we can imagine, okay, what challenges do the residents of Smoky Mountain face under such living conditions? Maybe poor health conditions. Okay. There is not enough medical treatments. Okay. People will be maybe life shortened. Okay. So no, not enough education. So that is the challenges. Okay. So as a tourist, okay, there are tourists also. So if you have happened to go to Philippines, you can, request a tour there. Okay. So I haven't had a chance to go there, go inside and meet the people. So we were we were walking along the village, okay, and beneath us, it is the soil. It looks like the soil, but actually we know that maybe I don't know how deep it is. It is the pile of trash, okay, and then you can imagine the smell. Okay? Actually, I was kind of like not inside the Smoky Mountain I can smell, but when I was in the school bus, I was being awake. I was sleeping, and then I was woken up because of the strong smell, bad smell. So when the bus approaching the Smoky Mountain, you can have the smell. Okay, so you can imagine that. Okay, so you have to get in and walk to it, walk on it. Okay. So we walk. Okay, but interestingly, the stop. There is a stop. So we stopped in a very interesting spot. It was a church. So there is a church, a Catholic church in the slum that has built on that landfill. And there is a pastor serving there. Okay. So we kind of like, so it is just like that, but of course this is not the exact photo. Okay. So this is taken in, I think it is in South Africa, but the environment that when I went in, it is just like this. Okay. There is not enough room light. Okay. There is only cement walls. It's not well decorated. Of course, you can't do that, right? Okay. So, and we put down some donations of clothing, food. Okay. So hope that maybe the pastors can use that to distribute to the poor. Okay. And then I see hope. So even though that kind of environment, okay, there is someone still there offering help, offering spiritual support. Okay. And I think that this will be the light. Okay. So I see the hope and the faith and the opportunities. Okay. So we are facing actually when we are talking about climate crisis or climate change, maybe it's being renamed. It's been remained as climate emergency. Okay, so we are in an emergency room right now. Okay, so we're facing a road. Okay, so in America there is things are very very fabulous. You can't see any trash. There are the trash in the road are being taken care of. When we push those trash bins along the side road, and then the trash company will take care it for us. Okay, recycling too. Okay, but there is another side of the world that we didn't see. Okay, so there is a side that is much more lively, but there is another side that is not that beautiful. Okay. But if we only focus on one side, we have never have a chance to know the world and know what's happening to the other world. Okay. So we have to have both sides so we can have a whole pictures. So I think that by my personal experience, okay, that I can that I was sharing, okay, and I hope that we can also look for some solutions and look for some opportunities, okay, to save the earth, and we can make the earth more sustainable. Okay, so thank you very much.